Okay, so the Mets made another trade. They made one with the Angels last week. They just made one with the Mariners. And they made a request to the Yankees. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Mets, as we know, they made a trade with the Angels last week. They sent Eduardo Escobar, infielder, over to the Angels in exchange for 2 minor league pitchers, relievers, because they've already publicly requested that they're willing to stated that they're willing to take on bad contracts if they can get bullpen help in return. Now, those guys were minor leaguers, so what they did is they didn't absorb the Angels' other contracts. They just paid off Eduardo Escobar's contract, sent to the Angels. So they got 2 minor league pitchers for depth there. Now, they made a trade last night. They acquired Chris Flexen, who was just recently DFA'd by the Mariners, and Trevor Gott, who's a major league reliever. So, and they've already stated too that they're going to DFA Chris Flexen pretty much immediately. He'll be eventually get released and be available for anybody to get him on the cheap. And Trevor Gott he'll probably keep for some minor league depth. They're trying to accumulate some minor league depth here, and major league depth for the bullpen. Excuse me, because they're hurting the bullpen, and we just don't know if they're going to become sellers or not. So, but at the very least, they're going to get some bullpen depth one way or the other. Now, the most important part here, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, by the way, please do so. I mean, not only does it mean the world, but it's really helpful to our goal of getting to 20,000 subs. Want to get there by the end of the summer. We're on the path to 20,000, a little over 1,000 away. And but I also want to make sure you don't miss any important news. And this one's interesting. Okay, so the Mets and I'm going to post the article down below from Pinstripe Nation. Mets Insider confirmed that the Mets have stated now that they're willing to eat Josh Donaldson's contract. Okay, which includes the rest of the season and his $6 million buyout for 2024. But the Yankees have to add reliever Ian Hamilton to the trade. Now, you might go back and be like, oof, because I know I did. Okay, that's tough. I mean, if I could do this and offer him, like, I'll give you Marinaccio and or Wandy Peralta, but I want to keep Ian Hamilton if I can. So that'll make it a little bit more reasonable for me, or to some capacity, 1 or 2 relievers. I'll give you 2 if you take Donaldson. Just we don't want it to be Ian Hamilton. That'd be a tough one. Now, would it be nice to offset Donaldson's contract? Yeah, because they still owe him about $11 million this year and another $6 million next year. Next year for the buyout. So that's $17 million that would get cleared off the books. An additional $6 million for next year and $11 million for now for the trade deadline. So, but yeah, I mean, I figured the Mets were going to ask their crosstown rivals something to that effect. Ian Hamilton, that's a tough one. I don't know if they're willing to do that, the Yankees. But at the very least, I would try and say, hey, look, I'm willing to give you 1 or 2 other arms here from the bullpen. Can we work something out here? And, I mean, Marinaccio and Wandy Peralta, I think, could be a nice fit. Okay? They're a little bit overworked this year. And I would keep Ian Hamilton if I can move Marinaccio. And, again, I would bring up Matt Crook and just let them play the guy on a regular basis. And he would be my replacement for Wandy Peralta at this point. And I still think the Yankees will be adding another reliever at the deadline no matter what. So, and if they did move Wandy Peralta, I think the reliever will be a lefty. And we've already talked about trades for like the Yankees and the White Sox. We can get like an Aaron Bummer or somebody like that, or Joe Kelly or Liam Hendricks or Garrett Crochet. So there are other teams where the Yankees can make a trade for a reliever, and that's Cashman's bread and butter. I have no doubt in my mind that Cashman will bring in a good reliever if he brings in a reliever. So that I'm not, with controllable years too. I'm not worried about that. But the punch in the gut was when they said, we'll eat Donaldson's money, but you got to send us Ian Hamilton too. That's a tough one. Okay, and I don't know about you guys in gals feel, but I want to know. So load up those comments, really, and let's talk about this. We'll talk about it tonight in the post game as well, because the Yankees are playing a struggling Orioles team now for the next 4 games in Yankee Stadium, and then I think after that they get the Cubs coming in. So this is an opportunity, and this is, I mean, a battle for essentially the top wild card spot or second place. So these are very important games for the Yankees, and the more help that they can get, and the less wasted money or wasted roster spaces they can get, the better. And like as much as I like when Donaldson hits a home run, that's pretty much all he does. It's like 10 strikeouts, home run, 10 strikeouts, home run, something to that effect. That's not enough based on what the Yankees need right now. They need more contact, they need more athleticism, more speed. So, and if they can move Donaldson Even if they give up a reliever or two, it frees up money for them to go get a speedy, athletic player for the outfield, left field. And there's going to be guys that are available. It also gives them a little bit more time. They can call up somebody like an Estevan Florial or someone else to give them time to see, okay, are these guys actually panning out, the Florial, whoever, Elijah Dunham, and how aggressive do we need to be to fill the left field spot? So I like the fact that it would buy them time. And I think it's important as well. And it would give them time to play some of their top prospects at AAA to see if they're the actual real deal. Like, we already know about Estevan Florial. He hasn't really shown the ability to play well at the major league level. But that said, he also has never played this well at AAA either. He's outperforming pretty much everybody, including Andres Chaparro, including Oswald Peraza. Like, I think Tyler Hardman is the other one. I don't remember. I think it might be AAA, but he's another guy that's got almost 20 home runs. It's crazy. What the hell's going on? But it's true. So, but let me know what you think of that trade. Okay, it's pretty clear that the Mets' strategy is they're looking to get more major league bullpen help in exchange for eating contracts, bad contracts. We have the ability to help them do that if they show, and they've already shown the willingness to do it. So, and Ian Hamilton is a Steve Price. Would you add Ian Hamilton to the trade if they were willing to take on Donaldson? And keep in mind, it's not only Donaldson's salary for this year; it's a $6 million buyout for 2024. That matters too. It frees up more money for next year too. So this is a tough one. I'm torn on this. On one shoulder, it's telling me, do it. We get rid of Donaldson. We can get bullpen elsewhere. But then I'm adding a shoulder here, like two shoulders here, saying, nah, don't do it, man. Ian Hamilton, that's a big arm. But again, the Yankees have been really good at developing bullpen strength, and a lot of it depth too. So, and they have pieces here that they can call up. And you have other guys like Luis Hill that are going to be slowly coming back too, and some other folks as well. So let's talk about this. I'm really, really curious to know what y'all think. Let's hopefully celebrate a postgame tonight, a win. Go Yankees. Let's go, baby.